Welcome to Spotlight with Kathy Holly.
It's wonderful, it's marvelous that you should care for me. It's awfully nice, it's paradise, it's what I long to see. You make my life so glamorous.
And here's Kathy.
Wow, I feel like Kathy Carson. Well, you won't believe it, everybody. It is 2014, right? And I'm sitting between two very talented guests tonight on Spotlight. All about the entertainment world, everybody. So thank you for tuning in, and do not change the channel, because on my left I have Mr. Ralph or R.J. Pinkerton, singer-songwriter, and a wonderful, well, you're going to find out, he's also a wonderful master of massagercise. We will talk about that. And over here on my right, I have Mr. Mark Barbalack, a voiceover artist as well as a co-writer with R.J. Pinkerton. We're going to talk about their music, what they do with their voices, singing, songwriting, and everything else. So I'm going to start right over here on my left. May I call you Ralph?
Yes, my dear.
Mr. R.J. Pinkerton. Oh my gosh, it's great to have you on the show.
Thank you so much for the
And
invitation.
you know, I don't think we've ever really talked about where you started with music. Where are you from, first of all? Tell everybody.
Originally started in my hometown of Michigan, Alpena, Michigan, northern Michigan, about 100 miles south of Mackinac, the large bridge over there.
And what happened? How did you get into the music business?
You know, as a younger child and singing all the time with the radio and the hits and all of that, hanging out with friends who really enjoyed doing music and also were interested in it, started playing guitar and imitating the stars at that time. And from there we formed a band. I formed with a couple of close friends of mine, Bobby Rigg, Donnie Hartman, Jack Smolinski was doing bass, and we had this little group that we started playing gigs and.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And now you were with a group?
Yes.
And what were some of the groups that you were with, or your own group, of course?
The group, at that time, we were known as the Chevelles in northern Michigan. And we ended up playing backup for some of the stars at that time coming through the area, because we had a manager at that time with nightclubs, and so we were doing backup for Sonny and Cher, played with Jay and the Americans back at that time.
I
So,
love it. I wish I was there. You
Yeah.
worked with Sonny and Cher?
Sonny and Cher, yes, we did.
So they were just starting out?
They were starting out, they had their hits, yes, they had.
Do you
I've
know
Got
I
You.
have a little story too?
Oh,
I was performing in Los Angeles, singing and strolling, playing the guitar in a restaurant called the Roger Young Auditorium. And who should come in one night for dinner but Sonny and Cher
right.
and their manager. And someone, motioned me over there and said, "You've got to go see this new duo, Sonny and Cher. We want to introduce you to them." I couldn't believe it. And I thought, oh, I wonder who they are. Well, we know who they are
yeah,
now
that's right,
today. So what happened? You left Michigan, and when did you
Yes.
start songwriting then?
we started songwriting at that time, actually. This was 64, 65, to say, oh my gosh. And so we just started recording, and we did our first recording in Motown, Detroit, and then along came the military and the draft, and I was the one who happened to leave and was inducted into the military, so they replaced me with another person, and they went on to record, and I went over.
You went over to do the Army thing.
I did,
And you
yes.
and Elvis.
Yes,
And,
there you go.
and then what happened after that? So you got back into the business when you came home?
Yes, when I came back home, they were rocking and rolling, and they were playing gigs at the Fillmore West, Fillmore East, that type of thing. They were
Yes.
very heavy rock and roll. And so I came back and I started writing, as I really had an interest in that. And my older brother and I, Bill, we started writing together because he liked to do lyrics and that kind of thing. So that was 68, 69, and we wrote our first Christmas song, which was picked up by Chapel Records out of New York. And so we were then able to join ASCAP in 1969. And so that song was a Christmas song, a 4-part obligato choral arrangement.
Beautiful.
And so that got
What was the name of it?
But Come See Little One.
And was this, so you were changing your style of music then and writing?
Yes.
Because you were in a rock and roll band before the Army, and then you go to the Army, you come home.
Yes.
And did you get into folk music, or what
Yes,
would you
and
call
at
it?
that time, folk music and that whole Beatles thing was very solid, and Simon and Garfunkel, and
Yes,
that
love
whole
that.
era was happening. And so I was interested in that type of music more than I was into the heavy rock at that time. So started writing songs, and then running songs back and forth to Los Angeles, to publishers and record companies, and doing that.
That is
whole
so
thing for a lot of
wonderful. And did you
years.
make a living doing this?
It was almost a living. It was a sideline. I was doing also like don't quit your day job kind of thing,
And what was your, may I ask what your day job was, other than
I
waiting
was-
tables, or what was
Yes, no,
it?
we did. I did all of that. Had a number of jobs, and ended up in the water technology. So
Really?
doing that for many years, and because of the working schedule, I was able to do my music.
That's wonderful.
On weekends. And
When you
all,
say
so-
water technology, we need you right now.
That's it.
Could you make water? Was
Absolutely,
that
I
it?
could
No.
do it. I could probably do a dance.
Well, I know
don't know
you
if it'll
make
work.
music, and I just want to address Mark too, because Mark, you're sitting here so nice and quietly. I'll introduce you to the studio audience. I will just spend a moment, and I'll go back to Ralph. But would you mind using your real voice and introducing yourself?
You want my real voice, do you? I got my unreal voice too.
Well, Harlan, I'm so glad you're on the show. It's really great to see you. Yeah, Mark is a voiceover artist, everybody, and that's one of his many voices.
Well, it's
We
funny,
will get
old
back to
people,
you.
for some reason, I've always loved old folks, and I've been we used to do prank calls as kids.
No
And I was the
wonder.
guy that could do the old guy calling in, like to, get out of school, like,
Tommy can't make it to school
Oh,
today.
I love it.
and prank calls were the precursor to,
Don't get any ideas out there.
That's
Parents,
right. Yeah.
don't tell your children. We used to do a little of that. I mean, I'm sorry, nobody thinks we're perfect, right? But I think I remember doing something like that.
I did
That
it
was
till
kind of
10
fun.
years ago, and then caller ID started, and the police showed
That was
up.
the end of
But,
you.
Yeah, but
Well, where were you from originally?
from Southern California.
Really?
Yeah.
And then did you two meet up in Southern California, you and Ralph?
No, we met up here, if I can be so, get into Ralph's private life. He's a kung fu master and
Yes, we're
teacher,
gonna
and
get
he
into
started
that.
out as my teacher, is how I met Ralph. And then
Voiceover and kung fu and music, they all go together.
They do.
They really
They do.
do. I mean, that's very important to be body sound, and it helps your mind, right?
Absolutely,
Now, you, as a
absolutely.
voiceover artist, you do multi voices, of course.
I do quite a few. I do quite a
You
few.
do some character voices, Mark.
Well, I'll tell you, I'll blow my own horn. There's a video game called The Walking Dead, and it's got zombies, and I'm a cop in the beginning of the game that turns into a zombie. It's just, he's just a good old Southern boy kind of talking to a prisoner in the back. I love accents. I love, as you do. I
You're
think I hear a lot of
good.
your accents.
Yes.
And,
Oui.
yeah,
Je parle français, petit peu. Of course, darling. No, I love doing accents.
well, I love your voices. I've heard your demo. You're very
Oh,
good.
thank you
You're
so
very
much.
good.
Well, this is good advertising for everybody on this show, right? We love to do voices, everybody. If you want a commercial from one of us, please call me. I'm available. So is Mark. Well, in the meantime, we got to get back to the music for just a moment, because I know we're going to hear a performance today, everybody. So do not go away. You're going to hear a live performance from Mark and RJ as well. Well, we're going to also see a performance of one of Ralph's songs that you wrote not too long ago. Am I correct on this?
Correct. Yeah, this song.
How long ago? It's called The Dance
The Dance of Life.
of Life.
Yes.
Tell me how you wrote that song. It's a wonderful title.
That song, you hear this every now and again, songwriters and all, but that song woke me up at about 3:30 in the morning. I woke up out of a very deep sleep, and I was singing this verse. And I mean, I woke up and thinking, what am I singing? I don't even know this song. And I was singing a bit of the lyrics, and I thought, my God, that's an original song. So I got up, got a recorder, went back to bed, and recorded that part. Put the recorder down, and then about an hour later, it woke me up again, singing more lyrics, and so I recorded that. And then from there, I woke up at 6 o'clock singing most of the song, got up and wrote a good half of the song, and then finished it in a couple of hours.
And the
And-
theme of it is just general I mean,
Yes,
life
I-
is wonderful.
Yes, I didn't want to. I love love songs and writing love songs and singing love songs, but I didn't really want to write a love song at that point, and I've always wanted to write a waltz. And so it turns out the song is a waltz, and it's about life, it's about friendship, it's about growing together and being together. And
It's wonderful for weddings.
yes, for weddings.
Anniversaries.
And I was told that, gee,
It's
maybe
fabulous.
it's a waltz, they would use it on Dancing with the Stars.
I think it would be great. Well, let's
So
waste no
so
time.
there we
I
go.
would love to see the video right now, have our audience see the video that you made of
This is
the
available on
dance of life.
YouTube, yes.
It is available on YouTube
And-
too, everybody. All
yes,
right.
iTunes
Because
and all of that.
that's, everybody, you've got to take a look and a listen. There's nothing greater than this song. You performed it recently for me.
Yes.
And did it at the open mic venue and also at the Villa Des
That's
where I
right.
perform and produce a show. So I think we probably will see it at any moment here, but I just want to give the audience a little background. To actually hear you do it with an audience, it's very moving. People react. Everybody wants to get married. Or they want to celebrate their anniversary. Or I'm just saying how great the song is. So are we ready for the DVD of this, I hope, the video?
Thank you.
Maybe we are. And we can see it right here. Well, if it takes a moment to cue it up, maybe. You've written how many songs do you think, Ralph?
Oh,
While we're
doesn't-
waiting for this
doesn't-
to be
I-
queued up.
I
Oh,
lost
it's queued
track.
up. Great.
It's a slow dance, and it comes from the heart. Moving together, then moving apart. As I hold you tightly, we twist and we turn. Moving together, there's so much to learn. We can move from the shadows into the light, believing together that we'll get it right. So many before us have tried and they've failed, but we can survive if we mend the sails. The winds will blow steady, the nights might be long. If we stand together, we'll be twice as strong. For there's a spirit that guides us as we move along. Something inside, like a magical song. It's a slow dance, and it comes from the heart. Moving together, then moving apart. As I hold you tightly, we twist and we turn. Moving together, there's so much to learn. With mountains and valleys and rivers to cross, if we just keep dancing, we'll never get lost. We keep moving forward and learn from the past. The treasures gathered forever will last. It's a slow dance, and it comes from the heart. Moving together, then moving apart. As I hold you tightly, we twist and we turn. Moving together, there's so much to learn. Yes, moving together, there's so much to learn.
beautiful. Applause, applause, applause. Oh, it is
Thank you.
fabulous.
Thank
No
you.
wonder everyone loves that song.
Thank you.
Something very wonderful. It touches you. It's just amazing. And before we watch that, I said, how many songs have you written?
Yeah.
Not like this, though, because this was one of the first waltzes.
This is the first waltz that I've ever written, and I've always wanted to write a waltz, and so
Well, you know what I forgot? Very important, everybody out there in Studio Land. A couple of CDs that you have.
Oh, yes.
And the first one I want to hold up, if we can get a close up from James on this. R.J. Pinkerton, it's called Back on the Street. And this is a CD that has what kind of, all original songs, of course.
absolutely.
But when did you produce this, or when was this out there?
This song, this CD was released in the late 80s and then remastered 91 with Shota Osabi, a very good
Yes.
friend of ours. Without Shota, the music would not sound that way.
See, this is wonderful. We both know this fabulous keyboard player,
Yes,
musician.
absolutely.
And this is Back on the Street. If you want to purchase anything by R.J. Pinkerton, you can go to iTunes, right? And the other CD brings me to Massagercise, another wonderful subject to talk about. R.J. is, well, what did we talk about? And we said he's a kudo.
Kung Fu
Kung
master.
Fu. I'm sorry. Many kudos to
Maybe,
you,
thank you.
RJ. And there's a wonderful massager-sized DVD, and it says "Invigorating Conditioning for Life." That's the name of the DVD. Would everybody like to see this? Maybe we can do a close-up, James, on this one. Conditioning for Life. Tell me about what this is about.
That Conditioning for Life is actually, that is exactly what it is. It allows you to actually work out, use resistance training and a combination of martial arts moves, and also self-massage, massaging the body of the muscle to increase the flow of your blood flow, your oxygen, and all of the nutrients to your body, so that it actually, at the end of the workout, you feel as though you've had a workout, but also a massage. It's quite an invigorating.
Fantastic. And also, there's a CD that accompanies this. I mean, the music that you can
There's a
play.
soundtrack.
Right. The soundtrack is all original music. It's beautiful. I have listened to this. I love it.
you.
I love
Thank
every
you.
moment. It's fantastic. The CD that accompanies it is called Nobody Moves Like You.
There you are. Nobody
Which
moves
is
like you.
really energizing. It's almost like motivational.
Yeah.
Really is.
It really is.
Yes, you could do. I think we should just go on the road and do motivation,
We could.
singing, dancing,
We could
everything.
absolutely do
And
that.
over here on my right, let's focus a little bit on your partner here, a writing partner as well,
Yes.
Mark Barbalack. And we don't have too much time left in this show because I know both of you are going to perform a song that you wrote together. And the title of the song, Mark?
A Grateful Man.
All right.
Like me.
And
Grateful
and
Man like me.
Grateful Man Like Me. And of course, when you met RJ, you both collaborated on some projects, writing. Is that correct? How many?
Well, Ralph has this gift of bringing the best out of people, and because I never was into music, and Ralph
Really? Oh,
invited me over, and we sang on his karaoke machine, and
Yes, great.
suddenly he helped me find the road to music, and his kitchen is a magical place. We sit there and have these wonderful talks, and we wrote this song in his kitchen late one night, and I think you feel that in the song in our case, we were just grateful to have each other's wonderful friendship, and
Well, while you're getting ready, Ralph, with the guitar, let's go ahead and we'll talk about the song just for a few seconds while Ralph is getting ready, and then both of you are going to do some of the song. I mean, the whole song, right,
Yeah,
for us?
yeah.
Grateful
grateful man like me.
Grateful Man Like Me.
Right.
And we don't have a lot of live performances on my show here. I am grateful that Ralph brought his guitar and you can do this live for us.
Well, we're grateful
So
to be
everybody, here we are with Grateful Man Like Me, featuring Mr. Mark Barbalack and RJ Pinkerton.
Kitchen talks and late night walks, well, they mean a lot to me. Drinking wine, feeling fine, and being fixing the world and joking till after 3. These are the things that mean the most to a grateful man like me. Someone said long ago that you got to seize the day. Till that time the days rolled on and there was no place for me. Then you came round, calmed me down and changed my restless ways. These are the things that mean the most to a grateful man like me. These are the things that mean the most to a grateful man like me. I give thanks because I mean it. I have hope because I believe it. I am free because I redeem it. And I have love because it feels right. I give thanks because I mean it. I have hope because I believe it. I am free because I redeem it. And I have love because it feels right. Gentle hands feel so warm when there's only you and me. Morning light shines so bright and there's nowhere I'd rather be. If I think of one fine thing that can set my soul free, you're the one who helps me find my way back to me. You're the one who helps me find my way back to me. I give thanks because I mean it. I have hope because I believe it. I am free because I redeem it. And I have love because it feels right. And I have love because it feels right. These are the things that mean the most to a grateful man like me. A grateful man like me. Grateful man like me.
Wonderful, wonderful. This is such a great song. Please sit down, everybody. I can't believe it. There's a hook in that song. I was trying to sing along with you, and I almost made it. I have love. No, I have hope because I mean it. Love because
Deserve it? Feel it?
deserve it.
You do
I
deserve
wanted to
it.
say.
We
I
all
love
deserve
all
it.
those hooks. There's always a hook in every song, right?
absolutely.
And that's what you go away kind of singing. You do that so well when you write. I love it. Now, how are you two going to be performing any place soon again? Because I'm going to have you perform back at the Villa
Oh,
d'Este.
thank you.
You did that, actually. You did that at the Villa d'Este.
We did the last time we were there.
For those who don't know, I produce a Monday night once a month at the Villa d'Este, the first Monday of every month.
Yes.
And you were a guest. I know RJ was a guest. Mark was there too, and you sang that song, Grateful Man Like Me. Can you release that on a single?
Wonderful
or-
place. That will be available in March on iTunes and Amazon. We're just filming it next week.
Oh, you are? You're filming it?
For the YouTube, yes.
Oh, fantastic.
So,
You're going to do it. And
a couple of
so
our
will
songs.
Shota be there?
Shota is part
the
of it,
video?
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Shota
All right.
is, and again, these songs without him is just amazing. Without him, it wouldn't
Well,
be.
he really is wonderful as
He is.
producing and adding the embellishments that are on your songs. I understand
Absolutely.
that. So I want everybody to remind themselves that you can go to iTunes and hear RJ Pinkerton's music. You can hear everybody's music, including mine, my CD. You know, I have a CD.
That's
you
right.
know that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And Mark, can we hear your voiceover on? No, you don't. No, his demo, but you can hear his voice. You told me too. You did some other. What other voice did you do that we need to know about in a
I've
something?
been in a lot of games. Back to the Future is a video game I was in. I was a
Back to the Future.
cop in that, and
Okay.
a few things around town.
So there's voiceover, there's singing songwriter, there's everything, and this is all about music and performing. And the other thing is, I think I'm getting the cue that it's time to wrap it up. I don't know how many minutes do we have left. Can you see that? I think we have 3
I think it
minutes.
was 3.
Oh my gosh, 3 minutes. So we always talk about music, and I want everybody to know that I also love dance. Do you love dance?
Absolutely. The
I
dance- the
love
dance of life.
dancing. It is so wonderful. I love the tango is my favorite. And I don't know why I say that, because I think there's a song on my album, it's called Mambo Italiano. But I say I love tango. I also love the mambo. And any dances that are associated with music are a lot of fun, you know. And I want to thank everybody.
Great. Thank you.
Hey mambo, mambo Italiano. Hey mambo, mambo Italiano. Go, 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 you mixed up Siciliano. All your Genovese do the mambo like a crazy with a hey mambo. Don't want a tarantella, hey mambo. No more a mozzarella, hey mambo. Mambo Italiano. Try an enchilada with the fish and bacalao, then a hey boomba. I love how you dance a rumba. Take some advice, paisano. Learn how to mambo. If you're gonna be a square, you ain't gonna go nowhere. Hey mambo, mambo Italiano. Hey mambo, mambo Italiano. Go, go, go. Shake it like a Giovanni. Hello, kiss it, teacher. You get the happy feet so high.